the last 2 years. New Lakers coach J.J. Redick, fresh from the team store, was excited to draft Bronny at 55. Here's J.J.
Why are they wearing those polos? Is excited. They're all excited.
Look ridiculous. Take a listen.
We're the brothers.
Bronny, this is JJ. I just wanted to say congrats, man. Your hard work's paid off. You're going to have a long NBA career, and I can't wait to coach you, man. Congrats.
We'll see you soon, Bronny. The work begins.
Okay, do you think there's pressure on Redick to play Bronny?
Initially, no, because I think we all understand that Bronny is not a project, but a work in progress. Like, nobody expects him to come in and contribute or anything like that. So I don't think there's that pressure on him. But when I look at this tweet from March 6th, 2023 from Bronny's dad,
Oh,
the
one that
LeBron.
he deleted?
I think, do we have it?
We collectively forgotten
here
about
it is.
this.
Man, Bronny definitely better than some of these cats I've been watching on League Pass today. Lightweight hilarious. So, I mean, that's fine when your son's in college or high school, not in the league. But once he's in the league, that's like, so this is my thing. As long as LeBron stays out of it and leaves it to J.J. Redick and the coaching staff to determine Bronny's minutes. We don't need to see any passive-aggressive tweets.
Oh, that I totally
We don't need
agree.
to hear any post-game comments if the Lakers go into a swoon. Look, we got guys on the bench that could be helping us right now. I mean, we don't need that. Right? Because even if you're not talking about Bronny, people are going to assume you're talking about Bronny. So that would put not only JJ in a tough spot, it would put Bronny in a tough spot. So LeBron needs to be the leader, be the great player, and let the coaching staff determine how much Bronny plays.
Go ahead.
I think it's very challenging.
Oh, see, go ahead.
I think it would be challenging to have your son. I think it would be challenging to see an opportunity for your son and not push for it, which he already has done. So isn't the next chapter saying, like, you know, I think we could get some run? I don't know how it would play out, but it would be weird to have him push all the way up to here. I'm talking about development, all of it, AU, US, the whole nine. And then be like, this is my exit ramp.
Yeah, because I guess I don't think it'd be challenging because I think that this is not considered. I think it would only be challenging if LeBron's plan is definitively to retire after this season, and Bronny starts the year in G League, and now we are approaching the end of the year, and he hasn't been promoted. And he's like, gosh darn it, I want to play one game with him. Yeah. I think that very specific scenario, I don't think anyone actually
fighting for 11.
Maybe that game should come early.
Yeah,
get it out of the way. November, get
that
out of the way.
specific scenario is not, I think, what we're talking about.
Yeah.
We're talking about like him be a part of the rotation and those things.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen because again, maybe I'm foolish here. I respect LeBron's basketball IQ, and I think he's watched his son play a lot, and he plays in the league. And that tweet notwithstanding, which I'll address in a moment, I think LeBron knows, certainly post-cardiac arrest, that Bronny is not ready right now to be an NBA contributor and is not going to be like, JJ, put him in, coach. I think it is noteworthy that LeBron, who has, if you scroll through all the tweets, they're not all winners, and he doesn't erase them. That one's deleted. That one's gone because I think whether Savannah was like, what are you doing? Bronny was like, what are you doing? Or he just had a moment of clarity. He was like, this is a bad look.
Yeah.
That one's gone. So it's not to say, listen, you put it out there, you're accountable for it, but you also, I think, get a little window into how he actually feels by the fact that he then took it down. And so
he did also walk back the
I have to play with him, all of it.
And obviously,
I also think I always kind of liked that tweet because it showed LeBron in pure father mode, where he's played against all those guys that he's watching, but it felt like my son can play in some like man, you play against the guys.
Well, again, it's fine when your son's not in the league or he's climbing toward the league, but now that he's in the league,
remember we tried to do a whole investigation on what specific player that we thought we were talking about.
Then we're thinking about taking him in the 40s. I don't know if that's
Well, didn't we discuss that someone might take him as like a trade chip?
Yeah, but that seems disingenuous. So, maybe.
But go ahead.
All right, so Bronny's contributions this year look like what, bro?
I'd be shocked if he makes any significant contributions to the Lakers. What I see with Bronny is playing a lot of G League basketball. They're not going to sign they don't have to sign a G League contract. They're going to get a legitimate NBA contract, but he still can play in the G League, and he needs to. Yeah. He needs to play. All right, it can't just be working out with coaches, shooting drills, things like that. So I think he'll be in the G League a lot. I think when he plays with the Lakers, first action and maybe all of his action this year will be in blowouts. And the first time he's on the court with LeBron will be some type of Lakers blowout win where they put Bronny out there. It's a great moment.
How about blowout loss?
Well, my guess is LeBron, but LeBron might be on the bench. They might rest him.
But honestly, a blowout loss is probably a blowout loss is on the board.
Well, I just wonder if it's a blowout loss, you might get your starters out and not it won't be a feel good of a moment if they're down 35 to Denver.
But that's why it's weird.
That's why it's weird.
Why? Because if the Lakers are down 25 with 8 minutes to go.
LeBron's already out of the game in real life.
So then you're putting Bronny in?
Yeah.
Sure, maybe.
Okay, but I'm talking about Bronny together.
No, he was saying that not Bronny's first NBA
Oh, I thought you were saying Bronny.
He was saying his first action with LeBron on the court. That doesn't have. My guess is his first action in the league will not be with LeBron on the court. I think he would probably play in one of those situations. Okay, but go ahead. Sorry.
No, I don't see him making a significant contribution this year. I'd be stunned if he does.
So I'm going to throw some numbers up at you.
Oh.
And you tell me if you think he could do this. Because Lakers rookies, we can now, it wasn't a second round pick, it's first round pick. But last year at number 17, they took a guy who, with no controversy, you know what I mean? There was no nepotism involved. Here's what he did with the Lakers last year. Do we think Bronny can match those numbers? I think maybe. That's what they got from the 17th pick of the draft. 21 games, 5 minutes a game, 1 point, half a rebound, half an assist, 22% from the field, 13% from three, which is to remind everyone that the NBA draft is very different than the NFL draft, which is top 5 picks, typically 3 of them are awesome, and then from 6 through 30, you are not quite picking names out of the hat, but it's very hard to get a contributor. I think his real contribution, because I agree with you, should spend most of his time in G League, needs to play, needs to work. He shot well at the combine, needs to have probably a quicker release. There's a lot of things, and the thing working against him more than anything is his height. So figuring out how to navigate an NBA, game at a shade under 6'2" is going to take real time and work. And I think the best case scenario is he is a rotation player in 3 years. I think that's the best case scenario. After his third year, you know what I mean? I think that's the case for almost all these second runners. But Wilds, where I think he could contribute is what his impact of being around has on LeBron. LeBron is in year 22. This team is not right now anywhere, in my opinion, close to a legitimate. Of LeBron's 22 seasons, this team probably ranks 18th in championship odds of all the teams he's ever been on. He has the scoring record. He's accomplished everything. Does having his son around change some of LeBron's kind of most annoying or non-productive tendencies? Will LeBron be more locked in to the new coach, J.J. Redick's huddle? Because I'm setting an example for my kid who's right there.
That's interesting.
Will LeBron be less likely?
Locked in on defense?
Not just locked in on defense, but more likely to, when someone else screws up on defense, or if LeBron screws up on defense, either way, it's usually the same kind of that reaction. Less likely to do that because my kid is here.
No, he's been pretty successful behaving the way that
he has been successful. LeBron knows Bronny doesn't have the margin of error he did. LeBron, and so I don't know, man. I do work with my son in a position that he would not have gotten initially without me saying I want to work with my son. There are certain things I do on that podcast that are different than if he weren't there, because I know You know what I mean? Like, he's there. And these are not a perfect comparison, I understand, but